Today we're doing a live interview with Scott Welly, the owner of Outperform The Norm. Scott is a high performance, peak performance coach. Scott, will you tell us a little bit about what a high performance coach does and what do you do?
Sure. A peak performance coach helps you perform better in all aspects of your life, including health, wealth, and relationships. And they do this by helping you adopt the proper mindset, helping you, sometimes we can be our own biggest obstacle, so getting out of your own way, and ultimately giving you the strategies and the tools that you need to succeed in all these areas of your life. And the simplest way that I can explain it is, like, if you look at all high-level athletes, like every single high-level athlete will have a coach. And they'll have a coach not because they're an athlete, but because it's their livelihood. And they know if they want to squeeze every last drop out of their own personal potential and really take their game or their performance to the highest level, they need a coach to help them do that. So a peak performance coach does the same exact thing in those aspects of health, wealth, and relationships.
Wow. Well, it sounds like everybody should have a performance coach. Scott, for our viewers, if they were looking to hire a performance coach, what would you recommend that they look for?
Sure. I would really break it down into three separate buckets. And the first bucket that I would say is just simply education. And whether the viewers out there who are watching this know it or not, there's not really a governing body kind of over the coaching industry in general. So I think it's important to know that your coach is educated, either in the way of degrees or it could also be certifications. And then the second bucket that I would say to look at is your experiences. So this goes along with what you obviously do with reputation, and it stands to reason that if you're looking to hire a peak performance coach, has that coach helped people that are in a similar situation to yours? Can they readily provide people that would give testimonials as far as what the coach has done for them and their success stories? I think that's critically important. And then the third part of it would be just your overall compatibility and your fit with the coach. I'll be the first one to say that I tend to work with people that are a little bit more driven, serious, know exactly what they want to accomplish, and are willing to do what it takes to get there. But I also know that my communication style isn't for everyone. So I think in all aspects of life, changes don't necessarily happen overnight. So I just think it's important when selecting a coach that you have someone that you have good chemistry and good rapport with, and ultimately someone that you're not only going to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, but you're also going to have some fun doing it in the long run.
Great. Well, thanks, Scott, for that. A question now, if our viewers are interacting with you, what is it that they're going to find, and what is it that you bring to the table, and why should they work with you?
So this is my sales pitch?
Yeah, tell us all about you now.
No, sure. Well, just to go into a little bit of my background, I have a master's degree in sports psychology, and actually my background is in working with elite level and high level athletes. Mm-hmm. And what I've really found is that in working with these athletes, the same exact principles that allow athletes to be highly successful are the same principles that allow people to be successful in their own lives, whether it's physically or financially. In addition to that, my degree in sports psychology, I have half a dozen certifications in health and human performance related fields, strength and conditioning, psychology and physiology. So that bodes well. And then I serve on a couple of certification boards for national organizations. And ultimately what I do is I help people increase confidence, improve their performance, remove their self-imposed limitations, which is a biggie, and adopt a mindset where success is really the only option. And then ultimately what you're looking at doing is you're just taking your own personal standard of excellence to the next level.
Great. Well, that's impressive. With all your education, I can certainly see why you would be a great coach. So when a viewer comes to you or finds you, how would they find you, and what are some of the things that you offer a new prospective client?
Sure. I'm glad that you asked that. So for everybody watching this, the first thing that you should do is please go to outperformthenorm.com. And what you're going to find on outperformthenorm.com is I'm the founder of Outperform the Norm, and that's the high achievement program. You're going to find a no cost or a complimentary performance analysis that is on that site. And the results that people get from this complimentary performance analysis are nothing short of shocking. And the way that I'll relate it to you is ultimately what the performance analysis reveals for people is it reveals your blind spots. It's sort of like when you're driving and you know that there's a blind spot there, but to actually see what's behind the blind spot, you have to move your head and you have to see things from a different perspective. And I think a lot of times when people get stuck and when ultimately they're not achieving ultimately what they'd like to, it's because they have some of these obstacles and they have some of these barriers and roadblocks that they may not even be aware of. So it's just a matter of opening their eyes and seeing things from a different perspective. So again, that's outperformthenorm.com. It's a no-cost complimentary performance analysis, and I'd really encourage everyone to head over there and to take that because it will open your eyes.
Great. Well, I've put at the bottom of the screen that information, so you can go right to the link. You can also call Scott directly and set up an appointment with him. And Scott, your business is actually online. Is that correct?
That is correct, and I should have said that before, so thank you for bringing that up. The beauty of technology in this day and age is I have the opportunity to help people, not only in my local geographical area, but all around the country and also all around the world. So I should have said that before. I am actually an online peak performance coach, so don't feel like if you're not local to the Minneapolis area, which happens to be where I'm located, that we can't work together. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, Scott. I can see that you would be a great coach to help people. And I'd just like to thank you again for being here, and also to our viewers. Take a moment and go over to Scott's website, and we hope to see you back here soon. Thanks a lot. Bye, Scott.
Thank you. Appreciate it.